Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm really excited to bring you this review of a place called Corral de la Moreria. So it's a very unique experience. It's a flamenco show plus a restaurant. I would strongly recommend you visit this place when you're in Madrid, Spain, because you get the best of two things. So you get flamenco dancing, which is famous in Madrid and in Spain generally. But this is really high and good flamenco dancing. Even though there's lots of tourist sites that recommend this restaurant and there's tourist groups, it's really good. It's actually high quality flamenco dancing. In addition, they have two restaurant experiences there. One of which is a 1-star Michelin. So they've got a small restaurant that's like 10 people that you can book separate from the show. And then you can also have a dinner and show option, which the food comes from I think the same kitchen as the 1-star Michelin. So you get the same kind of people, but a little bit different setting. So it's a unique way of getting kind of 1-star quality food at a lower price. The place is called Corral de la Moreria. It's located at 17 Moreria Street in the central part of Madrid. It's in the old town near Gran Via, near the Royal Palace. It's fairly walkable from there. It's a difficult street to find. So there's two shows a night. There's one at 7:30 and there's one at 9:15. You can just book that show and that's 50 euros. Or you can book a dinner and show package. But if you're going to book dinner beforehand, like for the 7:30 show, we booked the 6 p.m. dinner. You can book different times. But I would recommend going there at 6 o'clock because we saw people arriving later and then they did not finish their meal by the time the show started. So they were actually eating in the dark, which is not good. So that's a strong recommendation if you're doing that. One of the things that you'll see in the later in the video, I thought that if you book the show, the dinner and the show, you get better seats. That's not quite the case. Supposedly they have some weird system. They say it depends on when they get the reservation, but they've got a lot of tour groups. So don't think that you book the show. If you book the dinner, you're going to get better tickets necessarily. Having said that, the show is great and the meal is great. So it's hard not to recommend this, but just don't expect to get better seats because you're booking the dinner and the show. But the dinner itself and the show itself are excellent. So again, we'll go through each one of these things, but it's kind of like two attractions in one. And combined, you're talking about 100 euros, but we're seated kind of to the side. So I was a little bit upset that we didn't get good seats. But, you know, again, the food was really good and the flamenco dancing was really good. And, you know, you kind of had to see it on the side a little bit, but it's still a magnificent show. So that really made up for it. You'll see it's quite packed. There's a lot of people. There are tour groups and most of the tour groups get the best seats. But it is really a great atmosphere. And, you know, even though I wanted not to like it, I really liked the whole experience. This is a short video of our seats. So as you can see, we were there before most people and the stage. So this is the main area, which is right face on. Having said that, the dancers do turn and the singers do turn to you once in a while. So it's okay. But you can see this is the stage and it faces out towards the tour groups. But we still got a pretty decent view. And again, it's about the dancing. And you can see the setup is quite nice. The service is actually quite good. I think most of these people are from the 1-star Michelin restaurant. And so the service standard is quite good. The food quality is great. And, you know, they have a huge wine selection and you could have the wine. Again, I would just recommend that you get there early. As you see, when we got there at 6 o'clock, you know, there was a couple of tables, but a lot of tables hadn't arrived. We finished our meal plenty of time, like maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes before the show started. So it's really nice. We had the most simplest meal and I'll go through that. Some people arrived a bit later, maybe half an hour later and ended up not finishing. And some people waited, came even later and they were not enjoying their meal because they couldn't see anything. And so I would recommend that you kind of get there at least an hour and a half before the show. So for instance, I think you can book 5:30 and 6 o'clock, but I would actually try and get there on time. Likewise for the, I think 11:15 show, it's a 9:30 reservation. So this is the list of dancers, and there was one guitarist. There was I think 3 dancers and 3 singers, and everyone was amazing. Honestly, you'll see some live video at the end of this, and it was really good. I mean, really passionate and really exciting. They did kind of tell us at first, like we asked, they didn't, no one told us we couldn't video or couldn't do photos. So I actually asked and they said, oh, for the first 5 minutes you can, but they didn't enforce it and everyone was just taking videos. So that's why I got some videos. So I did take some videos of the dancers, which I'll share later in this video. For the food, they have three set menus, 49.95 euro, 59.95 euro, and 69.95 euro, depending on the courses and the selections and the better quality stuff. And then they also have a vegetarian. I just took the cheapest meal, which is 49.95. It's fine, and it's kind of, I think, three courses, that's sufficient. I was just thinking maybe, what happens if the food's bad, but actually it was spectacular. It is a different setting. It's still good, but it's not going to be your 1-star Michelin setting that nice and quiet. It's kind of a noisy atmosphere when people start coming, but the food's great. And so I would just recommend, getting a Michelin quality restaurant for 50 euros a person is exceptional. So I thought that's what you should go with. You can get bigger menus, but then you need more time and then you're worried about, going to the show. So I would just take the cheapest menu, and the people are really good there. They don't care. They're not going to say, oh, because you took a lesser menu that you give you worse service or you're going to get worse seats. That doesn't really work that way. So anyways, you start off with bread. Corral de la Moreria for the flamenco night. So tip for you, I thought that when I book a table for dinner, I get a better seat, but as you can see, I'm not getting a great seat. So I wouldn't book the dinner. It's just come for a regular thing, but we'll see how the meal is. Cheers. As you can see by the last video, I wasn't too happy about my seat. It's kind of having a temper tantrum a little bit. But then the food came, and look at the plating of this. And then the food quality kind of calmed down quite a bit. So with the 49.95 euro menu, you have two choices of starters, and I was with my wife, so we took one of each. So this is the smoked cheesecake, small fried tomatoes, and marine salted nuances. Look at the quality of this. The plating is excellent, and it just looks spectacular. I didn't have that. I just had a little taste of the sauce and thought it was good. My wife said it was actually quite nice. I had the other selection, which is creamy and fluffy potato soup with smoky touches and seasonal vegetables in textures. Exactly what it's supposed to be. I saw the creaminess and the fluffiness of the potatoes. I saw the smoky elements, really artistically designed. So I saw other people and different people have different reactions. Most people were very positive because they were expecting a foodie experience. There were some people that were excited about the food and asking a lot of things about the ingredients. So they liked it. If you're looking for a regular tourist trap type standard menu, that's not this. This is very innovative. This is pretty high-end stuff. So if you're looking for regular like pasta, spaghetti, this is not it. It's kind of innovative stuff. I saw some people bringing their kids, and it is a little bit more innovative than most kids like. So yeah, that's probably not. If your kids are picky eaters, that's probably not the best thing to do. And again, I don't think your reservation for the dinner helps you with the show. And in fact, if you want a good seat, maybe book through a tour group. But those package tours are much more expensive than you would book by yourself. In terms of the difference in pricing, I just checked on Theater. So let's say a 3-course meal with show, they would charge you around 260 Canadian a person. I paid with the meal about 100 euro a person, let's say $150. So they're upcharging you about $100 Canadian a person. And so, you get probably better seats and they arrange everything for you, but I'd rather do it this way and just book directly with the site. And I'll have the website of the Corral de Moreria at the comment section here. It is a little difficult to understand sometimes how you're booking it. So it was a little bit confusing for me. This is the second course. This is the free range chicken, old fashioned polenta stew, and sherry rosemary consomme. Beautiful. Chicken was tender. Chicken is actually very hard to do well. And so I thought it was not overcooked, not dry, and quite nice. My wife had the grilled salmon, smoked leek sauce, and tender cabbage ragu. I had a bit of the salmon cooked to perfection, just slightly cooked, and it was wonderful. So for my dessert, I had the 5 chocolate textures. So again, a very artistic dish. I think you got the white chocolate sauce. You got a little bit of chocolate on the side. You got a chocolate brownie, a chocolate ice cream. So it was really interesting. And I thought it was well plated, good dish. Of the dishes, probably this was the weakest. But it was really good quality for what you would consider a tourist place. My wife had the caramelized French toast in fresh milk and banana ice cream. There's some local spin to these dishes, and I think as you get to the higher end menus, you get much more a local spin to things. But these are really well made dishes. Set aside that this is a show place. If it was a regular restaurant in Madrid and you were serving this fixed price menu to me at 50 euros a person, I think it's a steal. So, you're getting the show on top of this and the atmosphere. I really think it's worth it. After dinner, again, had lots of time to kind of digest and get settled. So before dinner, and so finished our meal, everything was cleaned up from our table. So, it wasn't messy. People aren't moving around and giving us or taking away plates while the show's going on. So it starts with the guy on stage with the guitar. The guitarist was great. And then there's 3 vocalists, and I don't know what they're saying, but it was good singing, really exciting. And the dancing was really exciting. They had change of costumes. It was really good show. So this is one of the performers. It was really good. And you'll see after this a couple of videos to kind of give you some example of the feel of it. But it's nothing compared to what it is live. The intensity of the music and the dance and the singing when you're live is nothing compared to the video. And so you really have to go yourself to see this. All in all, spectacular experience. I'm going to strongly recommend this if you're in Madrid. Again, you kill 2 birds with one stone. You get a spectacular flamenco show. I really enjoyed it. I've been in Spain and I've been in Barcelona before and had shows. They were good, but this was exceptional. Exceptional food. Let alone if it was just a regular restaurant, this would be a deal. So really good. As long as, again, don't come with the expectation that you're going to get great seats. This is not how it works. It's not like Vegas where you can tip someone and get a better seat. I don't think they work that way. It's, you just get the seat you get. And so you just have to be happy with that and know that your meal does not, even though it's a great meal, does not get you priority. So I don't know how to get priority. Again, I think it's mostly just if you with the tour group. Maybe if you book really early, although we already booked about 3 months in advance, so maybe you have to book a year in advance to get really, really good seats. But again, the best seats right up in the front are with, look to me, bigger tour groups. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, happy eating.